Hello, I'm Akita. Welcome. And today I thought it would be kind of fun for me to share with you some really awesome AI image prompts that you can use either personally for your own goal setting or for your vision boards or what have you. Or maybe you might want to go ahead and take the prompts and kind of feng shui them into some sort of digital products. It's certainly a possibility. I'm all about the use cases and variations and tweaking and adjusting things. Nothing wrong with that. Now, I did do a video not too long ago about how to use Notebook LM to be able to, make vision boards. And that was so much fun to do. And I love Notebook LM. And I'll either link it somewhere up here or in the description box. I'll put that actual video in case you're interested. But in this particular case, like with Exhibit A over here with this particular image, I'm talking about specific sort of, I guess, customized images that you can use around that particular topic of goal setting and vision boards and things of that nature, which then kind of they parallel what other people might want as well too, because at this point, as we're going into a new year, or anytime we go into a new year, we all have tasks, we all have goals, things that we want to do with our lives, and that's just us in general as people. And so some of these things can be tweaked for that purposes, some of the prompts can, and other prompts can be tweaked for other different uses. Like you really just, I don't know, the one thing I like about just digital product creation, just in general, or any kind of business where you have to think creatively is that, you really can do lots of different things with lots of different, prompts and variables. And it could make a very, very cool idea and a really cool final product. So over here to the right, here I am busting out of the cell phone, glasses everywhere. I'm in the high-heeled shoes. I literally am 6 feet tall, but more or less, about like a quarter of an inch off. But, in high heels, I'm like 6'3", 6'4". So I'm cracking up as I'm looking at this. I'm going to show you how to generate this, by the way. And I'm also going to show you some other little cool things that I think that you'll find kind of interesting as you think about, okay, can I use these prompts for social media? Can I use them for a digital product? Can I use them for myself? Should it go into my planner? Should I put it on my laptop? Whatever. So let's go ahead and just dive on in because I'm going to show you some little tricks, some little tweaks, give you some tips about different things, and of course look at some really cool AI images. Now this particular, before we dive in, let me back up. So this particular PDF right here is a freebie that you can find in the description box below. I encourage you to go ahead and swoop it up if you so desire. But it basically gives all of the prompts as well as, let me just show you real quick. It gives you all the prompts. So there's like a base prompt here that you can go ahead and edit yourself and tweak and adjust as you so desire. And then it has the image or one of the images because your girl likes to test stuff and see how, tweak and adjust. I like to test stuff and see how things look based off of how I change verbiage or different types of words or what have you. And then here at the end, it's going to also show you, my prompt, what I did, what I may have tweaked. And in some cases, it may have been a lot. And in some cases, it wasn't very much at all. It just kind of depends. And then at the end, I give you some ideas. At the end of the freebie, rather, I give you some ideas about what you might want to consider, brainstorming about if you're someone who wants to do a digital product or a personal project or something to sell or whatever the case may be. That's down there too. So feel free, snag that. But let's go ahead and dive in because there are things to explore. And quick heads up too, I went out to see the Christmas lights with my family. I did not wear a hat. Why did I not wear a hat? And so now I'm kind of husky voice. So this is not my normal voice. I sound odd even to myself, but I'm going to roll with it because it's now or never. I got errands to run later on. Okay, so here's the first prompt, landscape ratio blueprint style diagram showing how someone achieves a 2026 goal of learning to say no, multiple labeled steps, clarity, plans, systems, daily actions, tracking, etc., etc. And then this is what came out of it. So pretty cool. I think you can actually admit, really neat here. There's no spelling errors. Gemini is really good for not having spelling errors for the most part. ChatGPT, it's gotten better since the actual 1.5 image update, but this is pretty cool. Now, I want to show you something else because you see here how, let me just go over here. So I start having the conversation. I'm like, okay, so let's change this up, recreate the image. Oh, by the way, ignore my spelling errors. I was typing at the speed of light. So yeah. So I said, okay, take this, switch it up, give me a pinkish look, make it cute, give me cute, playful, that sort of thing. And it gave me this. But notice here how there's like the little watermark that's right here for Gemini. Now, as I understand it, and I'm not a lawyer, you're not supposed to remove these. And I am not the watermark police, but for those who want like an alternate option, I went ahead and I started playing around in Galaxy AI, which is, it's a paid tool, but it also lets you choose from many AI image generators and choose which ones you want to go ahead and use. So I figured, well, let me go ahead and give that a shot and see what's up. And so I did. So here's Galaxy AI. I think I have the yearly. I'm pretty sure I have the yearly. But anyway, you go ahead and you take your prompt. I just took the same prompt that I had up here, and then I put it into the image description. Here where it says model, you just choose whatever model you want to use. You can experiment, tweak, play around with stuff. I've played significantly. Let's see, down here where it says aspect ratio for this one, because these are two images that I went ahead and I just ran, and I just saved it for you guys so you could see what it looks like. I just chose ultra wide. You can choose whatever you like. Resolution, number of images, I chose 2. Then you just go ahead and click generate. So over here, and that is way too daggone small. Can I get a bigger one? Is this the one? This is it. Okay, so I asked for extra wide, and notice here how it stretches horizontally now. Finish line, boundary, mastery. We do have the minimal color, vector lines, and high contrast, which is actually part of the prompt. So you might have to go into Canva to tweak and adjust these. That kind of goes with the territory. There's very few AI image generators, even Nano Banana, which is like part of Gemini, that you don't have to tweak some stuff with. Sometimes you just be aware, just check. You want to make certain that, be it for yourself or for someone else, that you're actually putting forth a good quality product. Upscaling, all that kind of good stuff. So it has like the plan for the year for 2026, systems, almost like a little bit of a flow chart, and like daily actions, 5-minute drills, I'm assuming, of how to say no, because if you're someone who has a problems with saying no, you might have to practice just saying no. Tracking, review and adjust, beautiful, like beautiful. I love it. And I think if you actually give this a shot, you're going to love it too. All right, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so here we have goal blueprint, warm pastel colors, aspect ratio. I need to learn how to spell. That's what I get for typing so quickly. Have more snuggles with Athena, place the subject in the center. And basically the whole goal was to have more snuggles with Athena. Now, Athena is actually my daughter, and the AI interpreted Athena as a cat for some reason. So yeah, this is super cute. Didn't quite have but this is a teachable moment because AI does not know what we intend or who we are, who we're talking about. So this happens to be, this is in ChatGPT, by the way. Like, it's cute. What? Cozy blankets, give her scritches, let her sniff, your love, cuddle time, buy her treats. All these different things you should do to have more snuggles with Athena. And I just forgot something. Let me go back. Hold up. Let's go back. If you look in the lower right-hand corner of these, I'm doing Galaxy AI. When Nano Banana is being used, it does not, in Galaxy AI at least, I have not noticed a watermark. So this could be a viable option for folks to generate some of your images, and they don't always turn out exactly as they turn out in the regular, like in Gemini, but this might be an option for some people in terms of, I don't want to deal with the watermark and I don't want to take off the watermark because I don't want to get in trouble. That would be like me. If I really cared about the watermark, I use it. I don't care unless I'm doing a specific digital product in which I can't have it there because it's going to mess up someone else's design. Like, you can't have it like on a wedding invitation. Like, you don't want the Gemini watermark. So using it in Galaxy AI instead, depending on what you're working on, Canva, mixture of AI, etc., your own copy paste, Magic Studio, whatever, could work for some people, I believe. Okay, onward. So teachable moment, let's go back there. Teachable moment is that sometimes it doesn't know what we're talking about. We have to be specific with stuff. And so keep that in mind too as you look at your prompts and doing what you're going to go about doing. Okay, so that's all set. Next one. So in this particular case here, we have like more of a, like another blueprint style infographic. By the way, I use all of the, this is the same photo throughout all of these actual examples. Me looking goofy like that. I didn't feel like taking any other ones, so we're rolling with that. So get used to it. It's going to be a running theme. Okay. So instead of architectural data, because I've seen these actual prompts where they're like doing the specs for like buildings and stuff. I'm like, well, what if we did the specs on a person trying to reach a goal in some way, shape, or form? And that's where this came about. All right, so I'm going to click on this. So the goal in this case was becoming a world famous comedian. And so we have like mindset, calibration, positive, work ethic, strong and consistent. We have here key elements: persistence, creativity, authenticity, flexibility, material quantities and resources checklist, write jokes daily, perform at open mics, core strengths, all this kind of like schematics in terms of what you would need to do to be able to actually, achieve whatever goal you're trying to achieve. And this could be for anything. I just chose comedian. So, there you have it. And so once again, you take it for what it's worth and tweak and adjust and like have your own ideas and kind of go from there. All right, so next one. So this one is actually pretty fun. This one's fun. So upload the photo. We're going to be doing like a high quality studio style promotional image featuring, in my case, this was like a whole master sandwich maker. And here's all my stuff, all that I put in for myself. And then this is what came out of it. Okay, so click on that. We have Chef Akita. It's not going to do what I want it to do. Okay, it is a little bit. Okay, so I'm in ChatGPT again, so there's no watermark. So whenever you can generate in ChatGPT to not have to worry about the watermark is not a bad thing. But ChatGPT is, it gives me my face. Gemini does not always give me my face. I look different. I don't look the same. I'll say it like that. But as you can see here, all the stuff that I put into the prompt pops up here. Chef Akita, executive sandwich architect. My restaurant is the Daily Crumb, elevating the art of the handheld meal. Gourmet snacks. This was fun to actually do and see myself pop out here. Now, I'm gonna hit this right here. So then I said, okay, if this is a promotional type of thing, can I go ahead and like, animate this? And I know that if I go down here into ChatGPT, like there is a Sora, but Gemini's video, which is called Veo, I don't know how you pronounce it, but that's available in Gemini. So this is what I did. Let me pause for a second. I'm going to go to a different tab that I think I misplaced. Okay, I had misplaced. I just had to find it. So what I did was I went to add files and then I uploaded this image that I had generated in ChatGPT. And then I went ahead and I clicked on agents and I clicked create videos, VO 3.1. Now I have the paid, like the pro plan of Gemini. And so I get maybe 3 or 4 generations of this video before it just says, forget you. Like we're not even doing this anymore. It just cuts me off like a bad habit. But what I did was I uploaded that, I set the actual task at video, and then I just typed in, bring this video to life, have the woman smiling, and then reaching off camera to grab a delicious sandwich and presenting it to the camera. Now you're going to see, let's see here, it did all this. Oh, hold on, let me back up. Go back to where I was. Now, my face does change with this. I'm not going to lie, because once again, something with Gemini in my face, even the images, it does some weird stuff. But note here what this does. I hope you can pick up on the actual sound because it speaks.
I am so excited to show you the star of the menu. Order this gourmet stack now at the Daily Crumb. I am so excited to show you the star of the menu. Order this gourmet stack now at the Daily Crumb.
All right, so it's the whole towel thing. I could probably go ahead and type that out so that it's like I'm not holding the towel with a third hand. That is pretty freaking good. I mean, that's pretty awesome. All right, you have to admit that. Now, I believe that the actual Veo is free. I think you can do like maybe one generation or two. Even if you don't have Pro, you can access it in some way, shape, or form. If I'm misspeaking, I apologize already, but I thought that's what I had heard. If I find different clarification or something else, I'll let you know. But that's pretty cool. Like, so if you're someone who's in real estate, or you're someone who does some kind of, I don't know, whatever your job is, or you're trying to like market yourself, this could be a great viable option. You have this lovely little big cell phone, like right here, and your picture is here. You're looking professional. Like maybe you're wearing a suit. Maybe you're someone who is, I don't know, maybe you're a model. I don't know, whatever. But there's so many different applications. Like, what do you do? Do you work for a nonprofit? Maybe not. Do you have your own nonprofit? I don't know, something that's going to be appropriate for it. Then you kind of zhuzh it up with a video in some way, shape, or form. And if hopefully your face works a little bit better with Gemini than with mine, but this would work. Stop talking. But this could be an option for you, right? So you're not necessarily having to, do a whole photo shoot. You just kind of like use the tools, use ChatGPT, use Gemini, rock and roll with that. All right, so that is that particular one. Other prompts. Let's see here. Okay, so landscape ratio, create a step-by-step recipe infographic. So in this particular case, I said, okay, well, what if we took it as a recipe for a happy life? A recipe for getting over a bad breakup. A recipe for, whatever. I use claymation art style for this one. It's super, super cute, super, super fun. And, of course, we have like here it misspelled the actual tablespoons, that sort of thing. But that's okay. You could easily just, tweak that, adjust it in Canva, all good. Not a big deal at all. And honestly, if you get through, and I'm pretty certain, did I do this this may have been ChatGPT. Good. Am I in ChatGPT? Let me check and see. Yes, I'm in ChatGPT. All right, so claymation, ChatGPT. But it looks super, super cute. I could see animating this. I could see maybe doing something for maybe Grandparents' Day, recipe for awesome grandparents, right? And maybe you do it on Etsy and you do custom versions of this. I'm not really a custom sort of person off the rip. I'm going to be honest about that because I like my income to be as passive as possible. And you do have to be Johnny on the spot for something like that. But if you actually said, okay, recipe for something, and maybe you didn't customize it, I don't know. There's lots of different ways to go about doing it. But this would be cool. Animate this, customize this, or do like a basic infographic recipe for doing, I don't know, for not hitting your siblings. I don't know, recipe for living till 50 and having a great life. And you just put stuff in here for like if you're in like the birthday party sort of niche. That's a possibility too. What do we have over here? Okay. Oh, all right. So this one isn't quite, this does, deal with goals and so forth, but basically a 6-step infographic in 2:3 aspect ratio that explains how to be an upstander. That's perfect for a 6-year-old and in the style of, and then we have like a claymation type of situation here, which is super, super cute. Like, look at this. This turned out so cute. I was on a claymation click between the recipe for a happy life and then like over here. This was done in Gemini because it doesn't require my face. And so notice feelings, be a buddy, use your words, get a grown up, be kind later, you're a hero. Like, I mean, and it actually gave you like citations and sources here. Super duper cute. But as you can see, you can also do something similar in ChatGPT and still get the same kind of look. So it's sweet. It's just nice, fun. And this is for kids. If you wanted to go ahead and switch it up for a 50-year-old and say you wanted it to have more of a, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto look to itself. By the way, don't do trademark stuff. Like, stay away from Dr. Seuss and anything that someone could sue you over that, like, it's owned by, like, if the idea is owned by someone else, Bluey, I don't know, K-Pot Demon Hunters, whomever, don't mess with that, please. All right, so that's done. Let's see here. All set. Oh, okay, so this one right here. So this one here, and once again, I'm just using, in case you hadn't realized, this is the same daggone photo that I am using for all of these. And because I just didn't care, I just grabbed it and I just said, I'm just using it. All right. So this one is actually like a high fashion sort of one. I think all that I did was I replaced in the actual prompt how to go about, I think I just said just tech fun. Yeah, tech fun. And the background's going to be your actual image that's kind of in gray. And then you're going to be on like a little box. Dress however it interprets this to be, unless you go into the base prompt and you start tweaking it. So this is what it interpreted me as for tech fun. Gave me these weird glasses, some platform shoes. Once again, I'm like 6'4" with the heels on, and then, you know, it looks really, really cool. All right, last but not least, see, 3D cinematic scene, breaking out of a Facebook mobile timeline, feet first. Rebuild the Facebook style interface from scratch, include the key UI elements. This would not, all right, so quick disclaimer, this would not let me do it for YouTube. It kept like blocking me. It wouldn't let me do it in ChatGPT, and in Gemini, it just was not looking right. So, I mean, maybe you'll try some other different, you know, ratios or like different AI image generators, what have you, but it was just not feeling me. But here in ChatGPT, it did mind me doing Facebook, and this is what it came up with. This is how I ended up. And it's really cool. So I want you to try it for yourself. Go down, grab the freebies, use the prompts, make something epic, make something amazing, and feel free to come on back and share. I love to see what people have created and what, you know, what awesomeness you have made. So that is about it for me. If you're picking up what I'm throwing down, if you're liking the learning, the teaching, the random things that are coming out of my mind based off of ideas that I get, based off of what I've seen or what I hear people talking about or what I just happen to notice and comes to my mind as I'm working, please, if you're picking up what I'm throwing down, consider a like, consider subscribing, consider grabbing the freebie below so you have these prompts at the ready to go ahead and use, as well as some thoughts and ideas from myself about how you might want to go about using them. And that's about it for me. So you be well, take care, and so long. Bye.